great mood. It's so much natural light in here, and that makes me so happy when I can wake up and see the sun just shining through. Yes. Let's have a moment to father. Yes. I'm finally doing this video on the process of moving out / a Q&A with 3 of you guys asked me questions. So I'm going to answer them at the end of this video. But yes, today we are talking about moving out. Hey. But yeah, so if you're living with your parents and you're Jamaican, no more jerk chicken. If you're Trinidadian, no more roti. If you're African, no more jollof rice. If you're Dominican, no more Mongol or Mongol. I don't know. But yeah, none of that. And if you're American, well, your mom probably doesn't cook, so you're definitely gonna be independent, and I'm telling you guys how to move out today in this video. So if you like this video, don't forget to thumbs up, comment down below, and share with a friend. Thank you guys so much in advance for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, so the first thing you want to know when you come to that big decision to move, you really have to ask yourself, are you ready? And when I talk about are you ready, I'm not saying, okay, I have the funds in my account, I'm ready to move. But I'm talking about, is your job really stable? Can you picture yourself at this job for years and years at a time? Do you think that you'll be happy and satisfied if you move out? Because moving out has a lot to do with finances. As you know, you have to pay monthly bills, you may have to pay utilities, you have to pay the cable bill. It's a lot about having money. You will find out in life that having money, you actually need it to survive. Duh. So my thing is, make sure that you're ready. Make sure you love this job. Make sure you picture yourself at this job years and years down the line. And I say this because I actually did have a job before this, and I was thinking about moving out. But something told me, listen, you're not going to be happy at this job. I was already complaining about the job, and I was there for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I actually quit that job and got the one that I'm in right now, which I love. And I could picture myself in this job. I could picture myself doing different things in the company because it's so big. So that's what I want you guys to do when you actually decide that you want to move. Ask yourself, are you really ready? So after asking yourself, are you really ready? The second thing you need to do is look at how much your income is. You want to look at your yearly income, and you want to make sure that your gross income, which is before taxes, is 3 times the rent. No less than 3 times the rent. That's what they do. All the brokers that you'll work with, all the landlords that you work with are going to ask you to have an income of 3 times the monthly rent. So make sure you take your gross income before taxes, your annual income, and divide that by 3, and that's how much you can afford to pay for rent. Now, if you want more of a discretionary income, if you don't feel that's enough to have your own apartment, you may have to have roommates. Me, I really didn't want roommates. At first I was thinking about it, but I really didn't want it because I had college roommates, and I mean, I room with people that I really like. And when you room with people, it becomes more of a business. It's not just, okay, we're living together, hee hee ha ha, but you have to actually put your money together, make sure you pay these bills. Some things may bother you. I know I'm a person that I really like my own space, so if I couldn't afford to live here right now, I would be living with a roommate. So you have to make sure that you can afford the monthly rent. The second thing you want to do is, if you cannot afford a monthly rent cost, then you have to figure out who will be your guarantor. So guarantor comes into play comes into play when you live away from your parents and you're going to school out of state and you don't want to live on campus. Basically, it's like you have no income, so you can't really pay the rent. So who's responsible for that? So you're living there, but you have a guarantor. So that person who's your guarantor is responsible of showing their proof of income, showing that they can provide for you living in that apartment, and they also are responsible for paying the monthly rent. So if they don't pay it, then they will be responsible for it. So if you can't afford it and you have a great relationship with your parents, to say, listen, mom, are you gonna pay this rent? I'm living in an off-campus apartment. Are you really gonna pay it? And they want to do it for you. Hey, then you have your deal right here. So those are two options: making sure you actually have the monthly income to afford an apartment, or maybe you have a guarantor, which is a parent or a guardian who is responsible for your rent and can provide proof of income. Okay, so my third piece of advice for when moving out is you want to set a savings goal. So like I said, you want to take your annual income, divide that by 3, and if you want to spend that exact amount on rent, so be it. If you want to go a little bit less, then that's good. You just will have more discretionary income for, you know, other things. So basically, I suggest saving up 3 months because you're going to need security. So security is something that the landlord holds until you leave that apartment. So basically, if you have any damages, you will not get that security deposit back. So it's just basically like, listen, I don't know if this resident is going to be messing up this apartment, so I just basically have 1 month's rent to help me with the repairs. Okay, so you're gonna need, of course, the first month's rent. Basically, you need to live here and you need to pay for the first month, so you're going to need that saved. The third thing you're going to need is, and this is just in case, a broker's fee. So I live in Brooklyn, so my thing is more of the no fee buildings, which means you have to pay an extra month to the broker who's helping you find an apartment. Those no fee apartments, which involves no broker, most of the time those apartments are really like crappy. So I decided to go with the broker. So I did have to pay the broker 1 month's rent. So that broker helps you find an apartment, shows you different apartments in the neighborhood you want to look in, and you have to pay them 1 month's rent. So now, I said for you so far to save up 3 months, so that would be for the security deposit, the first month's rent, the broker's fee. The second thing you want to do is save an additional 1 month. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you might be without a job. You just really don't know. So I would save an additional 1 month's rent. And the third thing I would save, if you're gonna buy brand new furniture, you need at least $2,000. $2,000, $2,500. Save in addition to that, because I'm telling you, I bought everything brand new and it costs a lot of money. And I still didn't buy my sofa, my TV, my coffee table, my rug. I still didn't buy any of that because I want to actually make sure that I'm taking things slowly. But I'm telling you, you definitely need a lot of money saved. So make sure you set a savings goal. Once you have a savings goal, the next thing you want to do is look into what you want in a neighborhood. So for me, I knew that I want an area that I can just walk out. I don't have to go too far. It's little cafes. There's a movie theater right around the corner from me. I just knew that I wanted that in the area. So make sure that you look at how much you can afford monthly for rent versus what you want in a neighborhood, and see if you can make ends meet, because sometimes that always doesn't work out because you can't afford that. So the first thing that you want to definitely make sure a neighborhood is safe. I think that's the most important thing. If the neighborhood is safe, it really doesn't have everything you want, but you can afford to live there, definitely give it a try, because you never know. You never know. So I know for me, like I said, I wanted cafes. Right now I have a movie theater that's definitely down the block, so I love that. And I'm only like 5 stops away from downtown Brooklyn if I take the express train. So you have to just look at what you want, know what you want in a neighborhood, and see if you can fit what you can pay monthly into that area. You have to look at different prices, and yeah. So after saving, after knowing what type of areas you want to move into, it's time to set a deadline. And I say this because if you don't set a deadline, and if you don't stay consistent with your word, it definitely gets you in trouble in life. You have to learn how to set goals and actually achieve them. So the fourth thing I would tell you guys to do, or fifth thing, I'm not sure what number I'm on right now, but I want you guys to make a deadline. I definitely made deadlines, and unfortunately they don't always work out, but like I said, I remember a video a while ago, I was like, at the end of this month I would definitely be moving out, And this apartment is so funny because when I went to go see it, it seems like the way she listed it, the broker online, it was kind of like it sat on top of stores. And I was like, listen, I do not want to visit any type of apartment that sits on top of stores because I don't want to waste your time. Like, I don't like living like that with food is under me and then you have like rats galore. No, thank you. So she was like, no, it's like a side building off the main avenue, because most of the brokers, they don't want to put the exact address. Because you never know, the apartment doesn't have anyone living in there. They're probably not watching over it. So it is kind of dangerous, so I got it. So when I got here, I fell in love and I was like, oh, I want it. So she told me, definitely fill out the paperwork. I was approved and that was it. So definitely set your deadline. I know I rambled a little bit too much, but I definitely want you guys to set a deadline. Like, hey, I'm gonna be moving out by December 1st. So I'm gonna move out by November 1st. I almost forgot this part, and this part is so crucial that it's not even a joke, but you just want to make sure that your credit score is good. So I recommend all you guys going on creditkarma.com if you're of age, if you're planning on moving out, creditkarma.com, and it tells you your credit score for free. And I think it's not only important to check your credit score on a daily, like weekly basis, but you want to know, like, if anybody's using an account under your name, it can show you all the accounts that you have, store credit cards, student loans, everything is shown there, and you get a credit score. So a credit score is basically a score, I believe it's to 900. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's basically a score that shows someone that you are responsible, that you pay your credit cards or your debt on time. So a lot of apartments, they would say like 700 and up is good. It's like fair, and it shows that you are responsible, that you can pay the rent. So definitely make sure that you get your credit score to at least a 700, because it shows that to your landlord and to the broker that you are responsible on paying your monthly payments or your debt or whatever it is. After doing all that, setting a goal, making sure your credit score is right, you have all the funds, you are definitely ready to move out. You are. So that was all. That's all I can really explain about the process. If you want to know more in depth, like how I packed or something, I don't know. I hope that this video was what you guys wanted, and I'm just gonna take this time right now to answer like the 3 questions that I was asked in my first video. So stick around for the Q&A. So Sade Walk-In said, can you make a video on saving up and how you came upon this decision to move out? I'm 20 and I want to move to the city so bad, but it's like so hard to find a place. Please also state how you even found a decent price apartment. Love your videos, girl. Keep the vlogs coming. So the first part of your question, how I came upon the decision to move out. So I came upon the decision because I felt that I was ready. Me and my mom, we have an okay relationship. We do bump heads about 90% of the time, but that's not the reason why I can move out, because even though we do bump heads, my mom always has my back on stuff. But I moved out because I'm very independent. I like my own space and I just wanted to be independent. And you said, please also state how I found a decent price apartment. I just made sure that, like I said, I divided my annual income before taxes by 3, and I looked at how much I can afford, and I basically looked only at apartments I can afford. So what's decent to you may not be decent to me. I'm not really sure how to answer that question, but basically just look at things that you can afford, and you'll be fine. You said that you want to move to the city. So anybody that wants to take a big move out of their state or anything like that, make sure you look at companies that you would like to work for that's in your field, and make sure you connect with them on LinkedIn. I think that is so important, because all the people that I work with that moved from different states is because they had a connection and they found, they connected with someone on LinkedIn and they were able to get an internship, and they were also able to help out, you know, in different areas of the neighborhood they wanted to be in. So make sure you find out what companies are in the places or the state that you want to be in, and then go on LinkedIn and research people. Be a creep. This is the time to be a creep, I'm telling you guys. So make sure you go on LinkedIn, you connect with these people, you ask them, listen, is there any summer internship opportunities? Let them know that you're out of state and you really have this big dream of moving to the city because you want to achieve whatever dream it is that you have. Okay, so dark purple nail polish set. Congrats on your safe move. Definitely do a video on tips for staying up to move out. Also a video about living on the city or close to it. So I don't live in the city. I would say I live kind of close to it, but it's awesome. I don't know how else I can explain it. I like going to the city, but then I also, like I said, like to have options in my own neighborhood. But I like to hang out in the city because it's like where everything is. It's a lot of fun over there. I work there, so I have to be kind of close to the city. So yeah, it's nothing more that I can really say about it. Our train system in New York can get you around pretty much anywhere you want to. So it's kind of close living. It's kind of cool living close by to like a train that can get me to the city. So it's very convenient. Donna M said, yes, please do a video on how you save to move out in the process. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I hope that this video helped. I did this video because a lot of you guys asked me to do it about the process and how I move. So if this is what you wanted, if you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments box below. I thank you guys so much for all your support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Okay, so this is Jen. So let me know. Tell them what you do.